again, it's Dee with Dee's Photography, and I wanted to go over my old Hollywood action set that I have. It was inspired by the, as you can tell by the names, all the old Hollywood actors and actresses. I actually came upon watching Too Much AMC and I Love Lucy. And I just love the tones that, all the tones and the colors and the matte look from the old Hollywood days. And the muted look too is really, I was very attracted to all that. There are 15 color actions named after all the ladies from old Hollywood, and there are 4 black and white actions from the men. There's also a base action and a rich softness for background. I'm going to turn on rich softness for background so you can see what it does. It enriches, it adds this softness, deepens it. As you can tell, the little note on there says to brush off skin. You want to take your black brush, because as you can tell, it really deepens up the skin. So I want to just erase that off the skin, because I really only want that on the background. And on the hair at the clothes, that's not a big deal. You can brush off that too if you want. My computer's running a little extra slow today. And if you open it up, you can see there's a soft blur layer. Just adds a little subtle blur. Enrich, that deepens it. And there's a brighten up, darken down that is attached to the enrichment layer. So if the enriching layer is too deep for you, you can go and bump up the brighten up layer and turn off the darken down. And it's only on the background right now, so it's hard to tell as much. And you can go and adjust your darken down if it's too dark. Alright, the next I'll show you is the base action. So just running the base action just is a simple couple adjustments to add a nice clean workflow to your image. Just a clean edit, sorry. Brain freeze. Anyway, there is a levels adjustment, and that just brightens up your midtones and adds a little bit of contrast, but not much. Warming layer, if your image is pretty warm, you probably want to turn that one off. It's only got 5%, so if your image is cool, you can bump it up quite a bit. A color booster, and it's going to add a little boost of color, and that's because a lot of them are more desaturated, and so I have a color boost in the base section to help boost the colors back in. And contrast, and you can just adjust that if you want more or less contrast. And it's set at 70%, so you can go up and down and tweak that as needed. Clark is the first black and white, and I'm going to turn off my base action. I forgot with this image, it's really bright on his shirt especially. That's my fault. Clark's got to lighten up, so you can turn that off if it's too light. A booster, actually we'll do lighten up, turn off booster. That is the conversion, that is the white fill, and adds lightness to it. If it's too light, you can darken it down, and you can even add a cream tone to your image. So that's Clark Humphrey. It's a simple, it's a deeper black and white, simple, quick, easy. If it's too deep, add a little extra light, kind of mattifies it. Lighten up, contrast boost, and then the conversions right here for the black and white. So you can adjust your lightening, your contrast, and then your conversion you want to leave alone. But, I mean, you can even take your conversion off and just use that, and it still adds a neat effect. Or you can take your conversion and adjust that down, or change it to soft light for colored edit. And now you have a black and white. You can use that to be a color enhancer. Fred is a warmer black and white edit. Lighten up, brighten and bump. This one's the conversion. This adds a cream tone, as you can see. This is a light white fill, and this darkens it down if it's too bright. Carry is a light, airier black and white. This is soft and light, and that's what adds the airiness, so you can play around if it's too light. And then there's different tones included. Vintage blues, which is a blue, there it is, a blue vintage touch. Lavender adds a purple tone to the image, and that adds a warmth. And you can turn on all three, and then to darken on, and then you got a new type of tone. Liz, pretty simple. A lot of the color ones contain a toning lightening, brighten bump or lightening, a contrast, a warmer, and different color tones. The best thing is to turn it on and off to see what exactly it does to your image, and then go through and adjust it down or up depending on what you want, or change your blend modes. So if it's too warm, take off that warm layer. If it's too light, take off the white fill, or just adjust your white fill down. Or you can group it like I do and adjust the entire group. That one's Grace. It's sort of a warm, little bit of matte tone to it. Ginger is a subdued, as you can tell when I subdue the color, it's like layer. And a lot of tones, different type tones, purples and creams. It's also got a vignette you can adjust. May is a little bit brighter. It's got yellow tone in there. It's got more of a color boost on it. And you can, if it's too much, adjust it down, turn it off. It's also got a white fill. Greta is a more subdued purple blue. That's the blue. Vintage Touch adds the blue tones. Hazy adds that matte look to it. White fill adds the brightness. Soft brightness, really. Color tone. You can see in the highlights it adds a yellow. Adds some purple blues in the shadows. A little bit of contrast lighting. Betty is just a warm, quick, easy action. It's got a little bit of pink in it, a couple pink tones, some yellow. You can tell that in the highlights, especially here on the face and on the shirt. I wish I would have picked a different image. This has got a bone shirt and it bugs me, but I digress. Maybe that won't bug me as much. Marilyn is a bright, as you can tell, it really pumped those colors up, and it's because of the color bump layer. So you can turn that off if it's too much, but the reason why is because there's a lot of different hazes to put on top of it, and some of them will subdue your color. So that's just to add a little bump to your. There's orange tint, yellow tint, chocolate pie haze, blueberry pie, pink lemonade. And you can play around with putting them together, put all of them together. I mean, it's every layer turned on right now at 100%. And then go in and do that. Catherine is a cooler one. That's the vintage color, which is the blue and the purples. This adds a little bit of softness, contrast, and then there's a cream fill layer. Lucille is my favorite redhead, so of course it's got red tones and orange tones that you can play with, and then the cream tone on the bottom. Audrey is a very light, airy. It's got my Creamy Dreams, which is like one of my favorite ways of adding softness to your image. Just got a vignette, so you can just add that one. Ingrid is more of a soft purples and cream colors, and cream is spelled wrong there, but hopefully you won't judge me for that. And then it's got some purple contrast. And it's got a purple haze also on top of it. It's a lot of purples in that one. Sophia is just a light cream one again. Another light cream one, kind of like Audrey. Audrey's a bit more of a lighter one. This one's more of a deeper, especially in the highlight areas. Plus it has a purple vignette, which you can't tell. If I bump it up you can, but it just has a very light purple vignette on there. It's got brown tones. Ava is a blue and creamy toned one. It's got yellow tones, blue tones, a little bit of that vintage touch, creams, whites, just as needed. Rita is more of a red toned one, pinks and reds you want to play with. This one's got some more toning and haze in there. And Jean is a deeper, got some blues, got a deepen and haze, got your blue tones, deepens it up, cream tone, brighten, deep blue. And then you can layer them together. That's Jean, Sophia, my base and my rich softness. Let's do Lucille and let's see what I want. I'll try Ingrid. Ingrid at 32 and Lucille. Could do Marilyn, which is at 44, and maybe Grace. That's at 100, so I'm going to kick that down. It's too strong. To about 40. And I mean, the possibilities are endless. Always make sure you try to put your base action on. If it's too strong, adjust the whole opacity, or if you can, open it up. You can adjust each one individually. And rich softness is nice, extra thing to have, and if you don't put it on, that's no problem. They still look good without it. But it adds, as you can see, extra depth to your image, which is why I use it on all of them. Thank you very much.